The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. Caution. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shea's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shea's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shea's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. TGIF. Of course, it's Shea's Paranormal Chat with Shea and the lovely, beautiful, crazy, sensuous Kelly McCarville.
I'm one of those things.
Crazy?
Yep, that's the one.
That was a quick intro. We're not even done. We were so busy talking, we're not even done sharing.
Damn it, Shea, we're professionals.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm not even in chat yet. So, vacation does wonders until you get back home and you try to pick up your life like you're supposed to. And there's already 12 comments, and I'm just now entering. The first comment I see is "missed you guys" from Cynthia.
Aww. We missed you guys, too.
I was going to say, you're nicer than me. I was going to say, I wish I could say I missed you guys, but we were so busy that I didn't have time to miss my kids, except my birthday. My birthday, I missed my kids. Other than that, I was too busy.
It was a crazy busy weekend, but it was super fun.
It was. I'm going to do some shout-outs for the people that have joined us in chat so far. If you're not in chat and listening live, get in there. Say hello. We don't bite unless you beg.
Oh, they don't need to beg if they just ask nicely.
Nicely. Okay, say please, and then we might nibble. But we have Miss Kim. We have Darren. We have Matthew. I'm only allowed to call him Matthew. Everybody else knows him as Matt. We have Cynthia. We have Mama Pat. Let's see. We have Miss Carrie. I think Darren's saying please bite. He's asking nice.
We'll mark you down on the list, Darren.
Yeah. If you guys are expecting a normal paranormal show this episode, boy, are you in for a rude awakening.
We're really sorry.
I'm not. Speak for yourself.
I just want to get... Oh, wait, pause. I just want to get the link, god darn it. Okay, sorry. Totally paying attention.
Yeah, I can tell.
I can't get the link to share it on...
You said that about your driving, too.
Hey, I was paying attention to something.
How many times did I almost fall out of the car?
That had nothing to do with my driving. Not a damn thing with my driving.
Once
but it was
it did. Once that 360 you pulled.
But the door was shut. It was fine.
The door was barely shut with my ass. We could barely close it. We needed a bungee cord.
Oh, it was, yeah. Yeah, that was amusing to watch you guys open the doors, so.
Yeah.
It's like a can of those surprise snakes where you open them and they pop out.
Yeah, that was me with my ass, let me tell you. Even Nicole, the one time Nicole had to open the door for me, she was like, holy crap. I don't know why I'm trying to watch my language now all of a sudden.
Yeah, really?
Yes, Carrie. Carrie's in chat. She was in the car. Yes, we were sardines. But it was so worth it.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Who was drinking on that? I plead the fifth.
We don't drink, Jared. We are good people.
There was no alcohol involved. We were not drinking in 2 states, working on the third when we realized it was too far away. So, yes. That was not us.
Know, who put Virginia over there?
I know. Mama Pat couldn't even find it on the map.
That's because it was too far away. And she was the sober one.
Yeah. West Virginia is so smart. It took itself off the map for that night.
It wasn't West Virginia. It was regular Virginia, wasn't it?
She looked at both.
Oh. Well, West Virginia was way too far away, definitely.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Definitely.
Darren calls bullshit on us not drinking.
I don't know why he would say such a thing.
I am also not drinking tonight.
Okay, I give up. I cannot find... Wait. Nope, not paste. Damn it. I give up. I cannot share this on Twitter. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did you get it?
I set up... Well, actually, I have 2 Twitter accounts. I finally set up so every time PBR goes live, it automatically shares to Twitter, so I don't have to worry about that one anymore.
I just want to copy this.
So, if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. We will try to get to them.
We make 0 promises.
We'll answer them if we feel like it.
All right, so we should tell people even what we're talking about in case anybody hasn't figured out where we were or what we were doing. That's probably where we should start. I know.
All right.
They may think we were like in prison or something good like that. Which we avoided that.
We didn't even, other than the blues outside the bar, we weren't that bad.
The booze outs. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I thought that one woman was going to crap her pants when I accidentally honked. I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to, I swear.
Oopsie. So.
I'm still not 100% sure how I did that, but that's okay. I mean, I know how I did it. I pushed the thing where the horn is and it went off.
Excited.
But something. It was
you got
soldiers.
excited and tooted.
Men in uniforms that'll do that.
Yeah, Matt, I had you on speed dial in case we needed bail money.
It was a potential.
Yeah.
It's Shea's fault, Matt. I was normal and innocent, and she shows up and corrupted the hell out of me.
Who was driving? How could I corrupt? You were driving. And it was your idea. Let's drink in 3 different states tonight.
Well, that's not technically how it started. My idea was, hey, we should go to Maryland because I've never been there. And it progressed from there. Yeah. I'm not the one in the backseat taking pictures of my boobs.
They did look good, though, didn't they?
They did look good.
They did. I got to wear that bra more often. I was impressed.
I don't know if it was the bra or if it was the sardine factor that was going on as much, but either way, it worked.
Okay, it worked, Let's see. Thank you, Kim, for sharing on Twitter. Or as I say, Twatter. Whose idea was it, Kerry? That's what we were debating. Kerry,
I don't remember.
You were in the car, so you can say whose idea it was.
Whose idea?
Idea. No,
do you guys?
I don't think anybody was smoking pot, to my knowledge. Darren. I could barely handle the margaritas I was drinking. Never mind anything else.
I don't remember whose idea it was, honestly.
It was yours.
I don't think that's true.
It was. Before we even drank, you're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to go to Maryland? It's so close. And then Nicole was like, I have almost an eidetic memory when I want to. Then Nicole was like, hey, I wanted to go to this metaphysical shop just because it's in Maryland, just to say I was in Maryland. And then you're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool? Ringing it.
I totally agree. It was my idea to go to Maryland. It was Mama Pat's idea to go to Virginia, though. That was Mama Pat.
Well, kind of, because it was you that said, wouldn't it be cool to drink in go bar hopping in 3 different states? And Mama Pat said, I think Virginia is the closest. So.
Well, but that's why we said that, though, because she had looked it up earlier and had Encyclopedia Pat made a mistake and told me that Virginia was just like another half hour or something.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. All I know is halfway through the night, Virginia disappeared off the map.
It did. We had a hell of a time finding it.
We never found it.
Well, that's when we found it on the map.
No, we didn't even do that. Mama Pat couldn't even find it on the map.
I found it on the map, kind of like I found Maryland on the map. See, you guys are all making fun of me that I was the one drinking so much. I'm the one who found Maryland. Thank you very much.
No, you were the driver. I was the one drinking so much. I wasn't driving.
I found it while I was driving.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pulled over, safely stopped while I was searching for a town in Maryland to go through.
Okay. Yes, because texting and driving is dangerous.
Is dangerous.
It's illegal. Don't
do it, folks. Don't do it. All right. So, hey, anybody who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, which has got to be pretty much everybody at this point, we were out in Gettysburg for the Metaphysical and Paranormal Expo that was being held at the Wyndham Hotel, I think is where it was.
I think so, yeah.
And
something like that.
Something like that. So I had gone out to Gettysburg because it was a friend of mine that was putting on the expo, and I wanted to be a part of that, and it just worked out that the lovely Shea decided to come down to Gettysburg as well. So we got to actually meet each other in person. I have discovered, just to share with everybody, I know you don't get to see her every week like I do, but she does have a body from the boobs down. I wasn't sure, because that's all I ever get to see is like boobs up.
Yep.
But there's a whole body underneath those boobs, just so you guys know.
It gets bigger as it goes down. My hourglass shape is like, boing.
Whatever. She's beautiful. And she had, Mama Pat was with me.
Yep.
And then she had her sister Nicole and their friend Carrie along with them. So we were 5 wild and crazy women set loose on this little bitty town. They didn't know what to do with us.
Wayne's World? What was that?
What movie was that? Wild and Crazy Kids.
Yeah, what was that?
I have no idea.
Just like it, but I can't figure out. All right.
I have no idea. If anybody knows, you can tell us, because, I have no idea. But we hung out Saturday at the expo, and then I had to do the investigation Saturday night. So unfortunately, we didn't get to hang out. See, Encyclopedia Pat knows. We didn't get to hang out Saturday night, but we got together on a Sunday. We tore up the town on a Sunday night because we are just that wild.
We tore up Gettysburg and Maryland.
This is true.
Oh, I didn't even tell you. The next day, we went to, where did we go? Carrie, help me. I think it was Dairy Queen. And we're in line, and the person in front of us has the shirt on of that bar we went to.
Really?
What a weird world. Yeah. Yeah, that's
what's the possibilities of that, though?
She's saying yes, so I'm right.
I do have to say, as I was looking back through pictures today, that I am slightly disappointed that we did not get to meet anybody from the Vigilant Hose Company that was next door to the bar.
Right? Anybody with a visual hose, I want to meet.
I mean,
from the company.
Of course, absolutely.
Of course.
Because we just want to pay our respects for their service.
Yes.
So.
Not Eddie's. Mama Pat's asking a question. Not Eddie's. Eddie's was at Gettysburg. The one in Maryland, that bar. Carrie will put it in chat because I you know me. I have so much to remember work-related that I can't remember what I said 2 minutes ago. But it was the one out of state. Whatever that, I remember the red T-shirt and them saying, "Hey, look, that's where we were last night." So.
Oh God, it was
Emmitsburg Ott House Pub. Carrie says it was Ott House Pub.
Ott House. Ott's. Yeah. It was Ott's.
Yeah.
That was a cute little bar.
That bartender.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
So we go into this bar, and we're in this little town. It was Emmitsburg, Maryland. And it's just a little bitty town. It's an old town, pretty cute. And it's, I don't know. I don't even know what time it was. It had to have been like 11 o'clock at night.
At least.
Something like that. On a Sunday, keep in mind, which we knew was vacation time for us, but not everybody else knew that it was vacation time. So anywho, there's this little gal in there who is our bartender, and she couldn't have been more than 22 at most.
Yeah.
It sounded like she drank, so I'm assuming she's over 21, but she couldn't have been very old. That poor kid.
She handled it good, though.
She did. She really did. But yeah, so we go in and we have to talk about the drinks that we were having, right? So we went to, oh, hey, Mary. I need to give a shout out to Mr. Eric as well. He was there in Gettysburg and was at the investigation with us Saturday night too. So that was fun.
Eric. I was not at the investigation, but hello.
Well, he was at the expo, so he was the one that was sitting out at the house booth. Good God, I cannot remember anything tonight.
Hi, Eric. Yes, I do know who you're talking about. Yes.
Okay. The Lookout. That's what it's called. He was sitting out at the Lookout with Steve and Pam. So, okay. So we went to Eddie's in Gettysburg. We were trying to figure out food and where to go. And we found this place called Eddie's. And first off, I have never seen so many waiters and waitresses drop food and water on their guests as when we were sitting in there.
At least four.
At least four.
And 3 of them were the same person, mind you.
Well, it was pretty tight quarters in there, and I get that, but...
Yeah, but when Nicole and I went back in, it was like in the back room, and there wasn't that tight quarters. And I felt bad for the guy. I was a waiter. I wasn't a waiter. I was a waitress for many, many years. So it is tough, but... Yeah, it was not happy.
So the first couple that they dropped stuff on took it fairly well.
It was all the same table with the back room. 3 out of the 4 were the same table.
Yeah, and most of them took it pretty well, but there was this one guy, there were some people from a baseball game that was in there, and they dropped it on this one guy. I really thought there was going to be a brawl. He was pissed. You could just see it in his face. He was so mad.
That was the second time they dropped it on that end of the table, so I don't blame
True. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't either, but yeah, it's just like, oh man, we're going to see a brawl. But, all right, so we're in Eddie's, and we're looking at the drink menu because I didn't want Shea to drink alone. So I was looking at
the drink. No, not Eddie's. Eddie's in Gettysburg.
I know, we started there.
Okay. I thought you would get to the tight.
We'll get there.
All right. I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
So we go in, and if you guys have listened to me talk about anything, you hear me refer to like the metaphysical, intuitive stuff as woo-woo, right? there's a drink in there that's called the Woo Woo. Oh my God, it was so good. And I don't care if it wasn't good. I was going to have to drink it because it's the Woo Woo. I mean, come on. It was really good, though. It was like cranberry and peach schnapps and vodka, I think. It was phenomenal. That's all I know.
I'm used to doing shots without the peach schnapps, so I've heard of it. The peach schnapps was a surprise to me.
It was good. Anything with peach schnapps is good, and it was happy hour. That's where they got us, it was happy hour.
Yeah.
We'd have behaved if it wasn't happy hour.
No, we wouldn't have. Who we kidding? We weren't even behaved before we had a drink.
Damn it, Shea, you're ruining our reputation. Oh, wait, we didn't have a reputation.
I was going to say, yeah.
If we did, I don't want to know about it. Oh, anyhow.
Sorry, that was a slow response. Sorry, yeah.
So, yeah, we had happy hours at Eddie's, and then did we go to Sachs Bridge first?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we went to Sachs Bridge in between, and that was so rough we decided to go to Maryland and take you up on your bar hopping thing. Yeah.
I swear to God, that was not my idea. It was not just my idea.
No, it wasn't just your idea, but I think you did suggest it as a joke, and we were like, hell yeah. And took you up on it.
You know, every joke has some truth in it.
That's right.
But so anybody who hasn't been to Gettysburg, I mean, the battlefields there, what did they say? They're like 24 square miles or something like that. It's huge. It's just huge. And
I don't know, there's more deaths than like World War I, World War II, and some other war. It's you almost have to stay in that. You have to keep yourself in that. For me, I'll speak for myself. You have to keep yourself in that fun playing mood in order just to deal with what you're standing on, what actually happened. Because as we know, as we went to Sachs Bridge, things got pretty serious. And the second it gets serious, it all hits you, and it really hits you of what happened.
So me being the horrible paranormal investigator that I am, I didn't know about Sachs Bridge. And so the girls had actually brought that up, and you guys had already been out there once.
At that point, we had been out there at least 2 or 3 times. We went there every day at least once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we headed back out to Sachs Bridge because I had never heard of it. And it was an interesting place. I mean, there's really not a ton to it. I'll absolutely admit there's not a ton to it. It's just pretty much a bridge, an old covered bridge. But I definitely connected with at least one of the spirits that was there, and it was a little intense. It definitely was. The spirit that I was connecting with was a Confederate soldier, a very young man who had been hung at the bridge. So we sat and we did a spiritist session for a little bit, and I told him prior to turning on spiritist, I was telling him what I was getting through all of that, and then we did get quite a bit of confirmation through the spiritist then once we turned it on as far as like names. But it was, I don't know. It was weird. It definitely calmed things down in the middle of stuff.
Yeah. It was also first time for us working with the medium in person. So I'm glad it was you. I'm sorry, reading chat at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. You have to kind of keep your spirits up, because once you stop and think about where you're standing, what happened, it's hard to... Hi, Cynthia, we missed you. I don't think, as far as I know, Twisted Realm was not at Gettysburg. If they were,
no. They weren't at this. They weren't at this one. I think they're going to be at the Gettysburg Bash at the end of July, actually.
we're not talking about that.
I know.
That's not allowed.
It hurts my heart to talk about it.
I know.
Because I really, 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 really want to go. But I just don't know that I'm going to be able to make it work. I started looking plane tickets, and oh my good God. It's pricey. It's pricey.
It is. I can't even. Yeah, man. We had the inside scoop on this Gettysburg trip, so I was able to, because out of my group, not Kelly's not included in this, but out of my group, I'm the poor one. You know, I'm a single mom, the fire, everything else. I can't explain to do all this stuff. So I do the best I can, and, you know, but I would love to go to the bash. Mary, where are you going tomorrow? Or where are you going back to tomorrow? Explain. Sorry. It's easier than typing. We should what?
We should plan next year then, because I am going to go to the one next year, to the Gettysburg Bash next year.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So I have committed. I've told Eric I'm going to be there, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So you should think about it, because I don't know for sure.
Think already. I'm like, maybe one more this year, because I said I was taking the summer off, but you know me.
Off schmoff. Who needs time off? Seems like such a waste of time.
All right, Mary, that's what I thought you were talking about. She's going back tomorrow. Okay, Gettysburg. I just wanted to make sure.
Can you imagine living close to Gettysburg and just being able to go and see it whenever you wanted to, and like have plenty of time to be able to look around and just spend time there, you know? I think that was probably the worst of it, is I felt rushed.
Yeah, and I was there longer than you, and I felt that.
Yeah, because we were there technically. Oh my gosh, guys. So we drove to Gettysburg this time. Mama Pat doesn't like flying, so we drove to Gettysburg. And we took off Thursday night. And the plan was that we were going to drive part way, because I'm a night owl, so I can drive till like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I figured we'd drive part way, we'd find a hotel, we'd sleep for a few hours, and get up and drive the rest of the way into Gettysburg, right? So it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and first off, Mama Pat and I forgot about the time change. So all of a sudden, it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome to my life.
Right? And I wasn't tired, and neither was she. And she's like, you know, so should we just keep going? I'm like, yeah, let's just keep going. So we drove straight through to Gettysburg. We drove straight through to Gettysburg. So we left Iowa at like 6:30, 6:45 Thursday night, and we pulled into Gettysburg at 10 a.m. Friday morning. Yeah, that was a long drive. So then we spent a little bit of time looking around. We drove through the battlefields, stopped at the visitor center and set up a tour for Sunday that we were going to do. And then we went and we ate. And oh my gosh, I never showed you. So we went to the Dobbin House, which is downtown Gettysburg. It's the oldest building in Gettysburg, I believe. And it's a restaurant now. It's a restaurant upstairs, and it's a tavern restaurant downstairs. So for lunchtime,
paranormal claims from that place.
Yes,
too.
Yes, lots and lots. So we were there for lunchtime, and so only the downstairs tavern part was open. So of course we have to ask, have you guys experienced anything? And Mama started that conversation, and our waitress was super amazing. But she says, she was telling us a little bit about things people had experienced, and she's like, we actually have a picture that's really, really, really good. And she shared it with us. Shea, I've got to show this picture to you sometime. It's phenomenal. Yes.
I saw some pictures. The guy we investigated the orphanage with showed us some pictures. I'll have to check with my memory, which AKA is Nicole. to find out which locations he showed us from. But yeah, show me it, because
this is from the Dobbin house, and it's downstairs in the tavern, and you can see this woman walking through the downstairs. And I mean, there's no question. There's absolutely no question that it's a woman, and she is wearing a brown dress, and she's got like one of those shawl thingies that comes down to just about her breast level, and she's got her hands in like a muff, and she's got a hat on, a little flat hat.
You might have been talking about her crying. Somebody saw her crying once or something.
Yeah, I don't know that they said anything about
Thank you, Carrie.
About her crying, but it's just, I mean, you can see her face. You can see that the side of her face and her facial features, and I mean, I don't know if you can even see this. Not that anybody on listening to us can see it, but I'll send it to you. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best pictures I've ever seen.
If it's legal, if Kelly says, I might be able to share it to the Paranormal Buzz, but
yeah, and that's the only thing that we failed to do, is ask her if it was okay if I shared it.
Well, if it wasn't okay, she would have said, but if we can't, we can't. So.
Well, and she texted it to me, so I still got her contact information. I can message her and say, hey, do you care if I share that? Because we were talking about it. The orphanage is a super cool place, though, too.
You have to investigate there.
We didn't this time, but when I was at Gettysburg the first time, when I went by myself, I went on that tour. So we did the ghost walker tour, or whatever you want to call it, while I was there. And yeah, that's an interesting place.
I had some interesting shit happen. Number one, let me tell you, Gettysburg itself does not like phones, does not like GPS, does not like technology. For instance, while we were investigating the orphanage, I'm in the middle of taking a video, and I'm 30 minutes in at this point, at least 30 minutes in, and everything just shuts down. But not only does it shut down, but the video's gone. It never even saved it.
Really?
That happened to us multiple times there. GPS, we would be at a place, and it would say 18 minutes left till you arrive at your destination, and we're like sitting out front of it. I'm like, what?
I think Mom had that Sorry, I was reading her comment. I was going to say Mama had that a few times, and she was talking about possibly fur around the bottom, and it came out. I think she had that a fur time. Yeah, it was. I want to say that Mom had that a couple times too, where she was looking up something,
and was over and over and over pictures.
Yeah.
Like you take a picture and you're looking at it, like, oh look, hey, I took a selfie, I look awesome. Lying, but and boom, it's gone. Like,
of course, one of the times she was trying to look up something, it was like in a different country. So
yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah,
it was weird, Carrie. What was the most? Wait, oh, now it's going quick. Hold on. I'm like, I had a fourth of a beer. Hold on, slow down.
What was the most inspiring thing you got out of Gettysburg?
Oh, just to witness, not even witness, just to be, other than meeting Kelly and Mama Pat.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't kill anybody. That's always a plus. Just to be in that much history, just to stand there. I can't even explain. You know, just to be there, just to see it, just to feel it. Does that answer the question? I forget the question already because I got wrapped up in emotions.
What was the most inspiring thing?
Yeah,
that's a hard word, because inspiring is.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily that I would say I was inspired. I was sad.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost overwhelming how how many people died in 3 days. Guys, there was, what they say, 160,000 people. 160,000 people in 3 days. 3 days. I think it was
World War I and World War II and maybe another war all put together in that 3 days. More people died in Gettysburg then. There was 3 wars. I'll have to look it up because.
Well, and just, I mean, it's almost hard to even wrap your mind around when they say there was a 3.5-hour battle in the wheat field and 4,000 to 5,000 men died. That you can't even wrap your mind around how many people that is.
And then to see it in person, like you picture one thing and you think you got it down, but then to see these battlefields and how spread out they are, but then you think, but they're walking. They don't have cars.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How did they?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, shout out to Gettysburg because they have a monument so close. They're doing such a good job of preserving it and putting up monuments. So
for
much
the Northern history.
Well, yeah, but it's a start.
It is a start. It is. It's just, I think, I don't know. We went to Vicksburg first on one of our other trips. And I think that's part of what I liked about Vicksburg is they embraced the fact that the war was over. And there were monuments for both sides, like equally. A number, and I get that places only have so much money and they're going to put up the monuments to what they can afford that's in their territory first. I get that. But there were so many Southern men that died on those fields too. And it's almost like they're forgotten. I don't know. It just makes me extra sad.
The battlefields that we stopped at, because we did drive through them all. We did. But we didn't.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were only there 5 days. You can't stop every 2 feet to read the monuments. But coincidentally, it was equal. But I even said it was a different. It was a different time then, and
yeah.
I don't know how to word this. I'm not a fucking political correct kind of girl, but it was a different time, and I don't agree with why the fight was happening, but yet they were people, and you can't judge somebody for something that they believed so many years ago, and that's how do you even say that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully they passed on and they learned and.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the thing that what I have at least gathered from being like in Vicksburg and Gettysburg, the spirits that I've encountered, very few of them were there because they were so politically motivated. Many of them were there because it was their duty.
Yeah, it was their duty. They had to for themselves.
Yeah.
And they had to.
They had to. I mean, after the draft. Yeah, after the draft, you had to. You didn't have a choice. But, a lot of them, they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to be killing people. They didn't want to look across the field and look that man in the eye as they shot him. But they had to. I don't know. And the funny thing is, you'll hear the stories then of how in the evenings they'd help each other get their wounded off the field. Not so much necessarily in Gettysburg, but like in Vicksburg, when dusk hit, the fighting stopped. And then they would work together to get all the wounded off the field. It's like...
It's not like today when anything goes all times. There was like cease moments that were allowed to do certain things. And it's it's overwhelming. And I think that was probably
With me being able to do what I do, that's probably the thing that hit me the most about Gettysburg is, I mean, there wasn't a time that I could look out into a field and not see the bodies laying there.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming. It's definitely overwhelming, but it is what it is. You know?
Yeah. Mary wants to know, I'm assuming she's talking to you. Did you talk to these soldiers in the daytime or nighttime? Before Kelly even answers, I don't think there's a right time or wrong time. We like to investigate at night because we have cool gadgets and cool night vision, but there's just as much paranormal during the day as there is at night. So
absolutely. Yeah, no, the spirits are out all the time. They're always around. So it didn't matter if it was daytime, nighttime, super early morning, super late at night. They're around, and they can communicate at any given time. This, the theory of that you have to investigate at nighttime, there's no reason for that. You can go out in the middle of the day and communicate with them. So
I personally think that starts with, again, night vision. It's easier to pick up things
absolutely
on camera. Yep. And sometimes most locations, not all, but most locations are quieter at night, so it's easier to pick things up. But there's activity around us all the time, and I don't even think we know even a quarter of the activity. I think that there is activity around us all the time that we don't even know yet.
There is. Yeah, there absolutely is. And what you said is true. There's something about the night cameras and the technology of the night camera that it can pick things up better than a normal camera can.
It looks cooler to some
people. It does look cooler. But it's not just the cool factor.
And scarier. Yeah. There's so many reasons, but there's activity all the time.
But there truly is something about the night vision technology that will capture some sort of different light that you can't see with a regular camera during the day. I'm not a tech person, so I can't tell you for sure.
No, because it's infrared and it picks up different, not degrees, but different
light spectrums or something.
Yeah, spectrums. We can't see with our own eye, and when it's dark, these cameras can pick it up, and they're not able to pick it up in the light as well. So, yes.
Yeah. Carrie made a comment was, the sad thing is it was brother against brother, friend against friend. And there's so much truth to that. When you went to the Jenny Wade house, they'll tell you the story about Jenny and her two friends.
Did you go to Did you go to the graves?
I didn't this time, but I did last time I was out there.
Yeah. I was more sad at the graves than I was at the house. But I was also, there was not tons, but I think there was at least 10 people at the house with us. That was a tour. So.
There was the tour we went on this time had too many people. You couldn't even see the room. There was too many people standing in there.
I think 10. Carrie will correct me. The orphanage, there was only 5 of us.
Oh, wow. That had been awesome.
Yeah. And we got to investigate. We got to bring equipment. We got to, it was pretty cool. Sorry.
That would have been fun. No, you're fine. I was just going to say, if you go on the Jenny Wade tour, they'll tell you that Jenny had 2 friends. And the 3 of them had all grown up together, but the one guy had moved to Virginia, I think it was, prior to the war, and the other one was up north, and they ended up fighting against each other. One of them got hurt, and the other guy made sure he got off the field and got the proper care, and that human part was still there, and I think we forget that sometimes.
And Skeeves? Is it Skeeves? What's it? The Jay Skeeves. Jay, her friend, the male friend that JS.
Oh.
He's buried right
by her. Yep, right by her.
Yards away. Yeah, Skeeves. Still
I can't remember.
Yeah, my memory's horrible, but. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I saw a question here somewhere.
I'm going to answer Cynthia's question quick. She said, did I speak to a spirit named Marcus? I did not speak to a spirit named Marcus, but I spoke to a ghost brother named Marcus. He was crazy.
He's so funny. I'm friends with him on Instagram. And he was on a different show, and they
are a good time. The Ghost Brothers are so hilarious. Nice to me. And
they called me out in front of everybody Well, why don't you like shows? Why don't you watch Paranormal? What would you like to see? And they were so cool. I'm like, I don't watch Paranormal TV. And they were so cool with it. They were,
Yeah.
No,
they were fun. They were fun.
Yeah.
Good guys. Definitely good guys. But no, I didn't run into a spirit named Marcus, but keep in mind the size of the place, Cynthia. I mean, God knows how many spirits are out there.
My favorite part of the week was meeting Kelly.
I was going to say, I'm not downplaying Gettysburg by any means, but I would say probably my favorite parts of the week was being able to get Mom there and meeting Shea.
Yep.
Definitely.
Did you catch any EVPs? Darren, you want to catch a flight to my house and go over all the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours
and hours
and hours of
EVPs
of audio that we have? You can let me know. I haven't had a chance yet. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, but and we didn't even use as much equipment as usual. It was just here and there that we did stuff.
Yeah. And I didn't have a ton of equipment even when we were doing the investigation at the lookout. I had just a digital recorder going on the dining room table most of the time. And then we ran Spiritus a little bit, but that was an interesting place. I know you didn't get to head out to the lookout, but
what was we went lookout?
In. The lookout it was a family home, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know a ton of the history of it still because I went in kind of blind, but before it all started, Eric and I went in and we were walking through and he took me into this one room. And when I first walked in, it was very open and airy and friendly, and there was a female that was like, "Welcome to my home," and was showing me that was the front door, and it was perfectly comfortable. And then he was kind of looking at me because I must have looked comfortable. And he wasn't trying to make me uncomfortable, but he wanted me to experience the room. He says, "Well, go sit down right there." And so I went over, and there's just a chair in this one spot, and it's not the chair, it's the spot that I went to sit down in the chair, and my butt hadn't quite reached the seat of the chair before I heard it was polite, but it was stern. "This is not where you belong." And I'm like, okay. And I got back up. It was the men's smoking room.
Oh.
Women weren't allowed. Yeah. And it wasn't rude. It was not rude or mean or menacing by any means. It was just very much like he would have scolded a woman who wandered into the wrong location. And it was just kind of like, "Oh, you silly little woman, you're where you don't belong," And so it was interesting then because I'd watch that night because I was one of the investigators helping lead the event. And my floor was actually that first floor of the lookout. And we had the whole floor, which was kind of nice because I know some other groups just had this room or that room, but we had the whole floor. But I kind of gravitated towards that smoking room or living room or whatever you want to call it. And I would watch as the groups of people would come into the room, and the women, they'd come in and sit down, but the women would walk around that chair and sit on the other furniture, even though that's the first chair that they would have gotten to. And it was in the best spot. And, it was really, you would have assumed somebody would have sat there, but the women would all avoid that spot. And the men would come and sit down in it like, hell yeah, this is great, And it was just, I don't think they even knew that they were doing it. And I don't know that they picked up on that they were purposely walking around it, but I watched, and then I'd kind of point it out to him after we got to, I would encourage the groups that came to me to, try to investigate the floor intuitively, because that's what I do. It was me and another medium and her husband that were there. It was Chris and Bill Hartley. And so we would encourage them, use your intuition to check out the floor first. So after they'd done that and then came in and sat down, then I would tell them what the room was, and I'd point out to them, you guys all avoided that chair. But it's interesting, and I really do want to either get back talking to Eric or to Pam and Steve and just find out a little bit more history about that location, because I am positive the door that is at the side of the house now used to be the front door, which, I don't know, I just want more history now so I can see if some of the stuff I was getting was accurate, but, okay, let's look back through. Darren, I also have not gone through any of my stuff yet. It's been a crazy whirlwind. These last 2 weeks have been super busy with tons of travel, and I love it, but it's given me like no time to go through anything. So if you want to review my audio as well, let me know. I'd be happy to send it to you. All right, let's see.
So Darren's reviewing both our audios?
Sounds like it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that he's volunteered for that, but you know.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up in chat.
No, me too. So Darren was asking, what was the most scariest spot out there?
I wasn't scared at all. I was more sad than anything. Other than Kelly's driving. No, kidding.
Ow.
Just kidding.
I was scared of the doors of my car not staying in place, and I'd have women popping out the back seat of my car.
Right? I know. I wasn't really scared anywhere, though.
The only place that I got uncomfortable, and it wasn't necessarily that I was scared, but the energy definitely took a shift, is it was pretty late at night on Friday, and we had gotten to a part of the park where it's a little more off the open battlefields. There were more trees, and we were up on a little bit of a bluff.
Off the beaten track.
I think it was Confederates Avenue is where we were. Yeah. Not on the part that we drove a couple times, but a part that would have been further back on a little bit of the one-way.
Yeah.
And I'd started my spiritist just to see if they would communicate with us, but I wanted to get something, I don't even remember now what it was, out of my ghost backpack, which was in the back of my car.
Backpack? Sorry.
I have a backpack full of all my equipment. I am organized.
I've never heard somebody call it a ghost backpack. It's like, Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer. Yeah.
Shut it. I love my backpack. Makes me happy. I wanted to get something out of my ghost backpack. And I stopped the car, and we were just in the middle of the road. There was nobody there around with us. But I stopped the car, and I got out of the car to go to the back and open. We had an SUV that I'd rented. And I got out, and I was walking around to the back of the car, and the energy completely shifted. And all of a sudden, it was not aggressive, but defensive. Like, What is she doing here? What does she want? What is she doing? What is she getting out? That was really just the feeling that I got of, she doesn't belong here. What is this? Is this dangerous? And it was not scary, but it was uncomfortable.
I felt that in the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where people have to think I'm a freak, because I'm walking around the back of the car. Mama Pat's sitting up in the car. It's just me walking outside. If anybody had been there listening, they had to have thought I'm crazy, because I'm like, guys, I don't mean you any harm or disrespect. I'm just getting something out of the back of my car, and I'm going to get right back in my car. You're safe. Please keep me safe, But it's just like that energy just shifted totally, because all of a sudden I was no longer somebody just driving through looking. I maybe could have been somebody attacking them. It almost felt, I don't know, like all of a sudden they felt like I could have caused them harm. So they were defensive. It's like, whoa, yeah, not me, guys. I'm on your side.
When we were in the pit, not in the pit, sorry, in the Gettysburg orphanage, oh God, I don't even have notes. Anybody that knows me knows I need notes. But the orphanage, the pit, Kelly, help me. There's a pit.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like an ovalette like or whatever it's called.
Some people call it the Gettysburg Orphanage. Some people call it the Haunted Orphanage. It's where Rosa, she handcuffed the kids. Many shows have done it. At one point, we had the lights out, and at one point, I'm like, I really felt like something was going to reach out and grab me. Obviously, nothing did. But then all of a sudden, we had stuff happen. Like, something smacked into one of the benches. There was nobody there. It was just really weird. So, but I still wasn't scared.
Did have that. Yeah. The orphanage is right pretty close to the Jenny Wade home. There's actually
it's diagonal kitty corner.
Yeah, there's a tour place there's the Jenny Wade house, and then there's a big parking lot, and then there's a tour place.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like right across the street from that tour place. But when I had gone on that tour, I could feel them watching me. I could feel them noticing me. And there was a couple times that I'd feel like they came up and the kids would walk along beside me. This orphanage, I mean, it may have been open before and after, but basically it was kind of put in place to take care of all the kids who became orphaned because of the war.
Yeah, and the first person, I hope Carrie's still in here. The first person that took it over, and I can't remember her name, her husband died, so her and her kids went there. But then she remarried and she left, and then this Rosa person took it over. Rose or Rosa, please forgive me. And that's when the unthinkable cruelty happened to these kids. And a lot of it, we got the stuff that we encountered. A lot of it we got on video. Again, I swear to God, on my kids' lives, the videos just disappeared. So we have enough to say, hey, look, this is what happened. But there was a lot that just up and disappeared. And Rosa Carmichael, thank you, Carrie. See, there's a reason why Carrie and I didn't kill each other on the trip. Actually, the trip went pretty good. We were worried on the way there that 5 days, the three of us, I thought I would be smothered. I thought I was going to be smothered in my sleep. I'm a hard person to deal with for 2 hours. Never mind 5 days.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. There's this orphanage, though. She handcuffed them and she'd tie them to walls, but there was a pit. I mean, I
climbed halfway in there.
Did you? Ugh, yeah, no. There's a hole that she used to throw the kids down.
Yeah.
And just leave them there. And it was just, ugh.
I climbed halfway in it, and I got video of it. I was enough in it that one foot was off the ground, and my tippy toes of the other foot were barely touching the ground, to the point where I'm like, even on the video, I'll probably not put the audio up, because I'm like, my ass is going to get stuck in here. Somebody's going to have to pull me out.
Yeah, because it was not, sorry, that was going to sound bad.
No,
it's not a big hole. It's not meant for adults. It was meant for kids.
Yeah.
So it's pretty small.
Thank you, Carrie. Love you.
What would we like to see if and when I go back?
I want to do I'll answer. You think. Sorry,
okay.
I already knew that. I want to investigate the Jenny Wade house.
I would love to.
Yeah, I now know how to do it. I didn't know going there how to do it, but now I know how to do a full night investigation. So
not just a ghost tour, you could actually get your time to be in there and investigate?
Yep.
Really?
Thanks to James, the awesome tour guide, who not only gave us a tour of the orphanage, who investigated with us, but stood outside for at least an hour and a half talking to us after it was all done. After he was clocked out, he stood there for it was a good hour and a half. Yeah.
Really?
So.
Well then.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no, we're making.
You can do both, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would definitely. So investigating the Jenny Wade house would be neat. Honestly, I think I would like to get into any of the multitude of hospitals that are around there. I mean, everywhere you go, you see a sign at a house, and they were just houses, guys.
Yeah, we drove by them.
Yeah, that got taken over, and it's marked as a Civil War hospital. I would love to get into some of those, and just talk to the spirits who may still be there. If anybody was ever going to be stuck anywhere, you guys know my theory on spirits being stuck. If there was ever going to be spirits stuck somewhere, that may be where it is.
For some reason, and I think this is a shame that I always need to clarify this. I am not an empath, psychic, I'm a medium. I'm none of those things. But we drove by and everybody kept pointing, and all the hospitals, and there's many hospitals you can stop at that we drove. You can stop, take pictures, and the feeling, I don't want to say I had no interest in stopping, but I don't know, for some reason, and I've done many investigations at insane asylums, but the feeling at these places were just different. I had no interest. It sounds hard. I don't think I could handle stopping.
No, I understand what you're saying, because there was quite a few times as we're going through things that Mama Pat would be like, do you want to investigate here? Do you want to run spiritists? Do you want to try to communicate with them? And it was like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It almost felt like it was disrespectful. And it's not by any means. Cause I mean, I think a lot of people try to talk to them, but me especially, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm being as respectful as possible to them. But I don't know. It just felt like I was, I was invading their privacy almost.
Invading their privacy, plus the overwhelming dread, sadness,
and making them relive a horrible time.
Yes.
And not that they're not maybe reliving it. Who knows? But yeah, it was just, I don't know. There were times, and I felt bad because I know Mama wanted to experience it, but I'm just like, I can't.
Me as me as being me. I'm not even I'm not even a Kelly McCarville. And there's some places even the girls stayed longer at a couple places that I just had to walk away. Once I get in my own head and realize, wait a minute, how many thousands of people died here? Wait a minute, I need to breathe, Well,
and I think that's part of the reason too, is why I connected with the soldier out at Sachs Bridge, because it was just him. It wasn't a field full of people. It wasn't a field full of spirits who could potentially talk to me. It was just him and a couple other guys that could have potentially talked to me.
I'm still waiting for more information on that. I wish you could elaborate a little bit.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. If I knew, I would ask, but it's just one of those things that I was so in awe, and I felt what you were feeling, and seeing you upset and feeling upset myself, and I was just
so mad. I know that in that day and age, 21, 22, he'd been an adult at a lot of time, for a while at that point. But today, that's still really young.
Yeah, it is.
And regardless of how long he'd been an adult in his day and age, he'd only lived early 20 years. And it wasn't like the other soldiers on the field who they were there and then they weren't. He knew. Yeah. He knew he was going to die.
See, this is one of those things that you didn't even know this about. Try that again. You didn't even know this up front, but it's not even one of those legit things that you can look up in history. It's just legend that this happened, illegally happened, and you picked up so many details that, and threw in some extra ones that makes, things that make you go home.
Well, and he corrected me on the one part of it, because when somebody said the three of you were walking, he chimed in and said there were four of us. And
there was 2 and 3, but like I said, I have to go back and listen to the recording.
It was 3 and 4. It was 3 and 4. There were 4 of them originally, and they shot one of them instantly when they encountered them, and then took the other 3.
I knew you even went further than what we thought. I can't remember. Or I choose not. Some things I choose not to remember.
Yeah. I would be really interested to know when they put the dam up to make the water deeper there, though. Because
hold on. I gotta write that down.
That was so definite that he just kept saying the water
Carrie,
was
that's
further
your job.
away.
Carrie, look it up. Saxbridge Dam. When, how, where? Dam with an N? Or dam with not an N? How do you spell it?
It was
D-A-M. I was trying to be funny, but I scared myself there for a second.
It's just D-A-M.
Yes, thank you.
But when we went out to this bridge and I walked up, I mean, I was walking through the bridge just to kind of share the story. I was walking through the bridge and I got stopped at this point, and I just knew that that's where it happened for the spirit that I connected with primarily, that's where he was hung. And what I was experiencing, what Shea was talking about was, I mean, it was like I was seeing everything through his eyes and experiencing it like he did, where he stood there and he knew he was going to die. And he was looking down at the water thinking, I mean, the thoughts that were running through his head, is this going to hurt? Will it be over quick?
Let me tell you,
am I going to know?
Kelly's face. The hurt, and the pain, the confusion. It was all over your face. So as you're feeling it, you're showing it.
It was hard.
It was.
And then
it was hard to watch.
And I mean, there was one point throughout it that it hadn't started right away, but all of a sudden my neck hurt, just fiercely hurt.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him, you have to make my neck stop hurting like this, you know. And it did get better, but then it came back a little bit. But I don't remember if I even told you, Shea, but even that next day, my neck still hurt like I had strained it. Like, you know how if you sleep wrong or you stretch your neck too much? My neck hurt the next day like sore muscles. It was weird. It was definitely weird.
Do you, as a medium psychic, do you take on a lot of the physical elements of people that have passed that you communicate with a lot? Or is it occasional?
I think
if somebody killed themselves, do you feel it in the head? Or if somebody dies of a heart attack, can you feel it in the chest?
No, not always. I mean, it's pretty rare that I'll feel something or feel it that intensely. Sometimes they'll let me feel just a little bit to know it had something to do with their chest, or that it had something to do. Because where were we that I was? Away. Yeah, I can't remember where we were, but somebody had died of some sort of a lung disease. I think it was out at the Outlook House that they got a little bit of tightness in my chest, but that was just enough to let me know that's how they passed. It was something to do with their lungs. Yeah. And with this thing, I don't think he meant to have me feeling that. I don't. I think it was just we connected, and he didn't mean to. Because as soon as I said something, I felt it pull back. You know.
You asked out loud for him to stop.
Yeah, because it hurt. I mean, it hurt. I don't think he meant to. I don't think it was something that he was consciously doing and thinking, I'm going to let her feel this. And when he did, and it's almost like I felt his horror when he realized I was feeling it. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do, like,
oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I mean, it was almost like apologetic that I was feeling what he felt. And I'm like thinking, dude, you're the one who died. I just experienced a second of it and it's not even real. Yeah. I don't know.
It was something to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah. I didn't expect it to hit me like that.
Oh no, we went from, I say we, but especially went from fun loving to no care in the world to boom, crying.
It just hit me. Yeah, it just hit me. And we had been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, literally.
We had been laughing. We had been,
in between the bars.
Moments before we had opened the door and Shea popped out. And
yeah, it was after the dinner. Let's put it that way. So we went from having fun to that, but
That's all right.
What does he say? Reenactments of what? My ass? He took it away. I said that and he took it away. It's gone.
Who said what?
Darren wants reenactments. And I said, of what? My ass, and boom, the comment was gone.
Oh.
Hey, let's talk about, for just a minute, because you weren't there, Eastern State Penitentiary.
Oh my God, you suck.
I know. I've heard that before.
Fine, you talk about it. I'm going to sit over here and pout. She's like, oh God.
No, Darren said no, and I'm like, no to what? My ass, my reenactment? I have no idea. But yes. Oh my God. Eastern State Pen. Oh. Talk about feelings of oppression. And again, you go from trying to be giddy to keeping your spirits up to oppression to sadness to. And what a huge place, let me tell you. I have no pictures up. Everybody keeps asking. No, I have not posted any pictures for my trip yet. Sorry, not sorry. Been busy. I'll get them up as soon as I can. But, oh my God, what a place. What a place.
It's huge.
I'm reading, sorry. All right, Carrie, thank you. She thinks it was after the bridge had been washed away, so. I didn't mean right this second. She's such a good sport. I said, that's your job, and she went and looked it up right now. I meant in general. I didn't mean right this second. But, yeah, we had the chance to go to Eastern State Penn and did a little investigating. When we first got there was tons of tours, but by the middle to the end, there was like, at the end, there was nobody there. But towards the middle, it started slowing down. Coincidentally enough, the only two places that we did closed off actual investigating were the two church areas, the synagogue and the church area, because you can close it off totally. So, interested to see if we got anything. We got a couple spikes, a couple weird, obvious hits, stuff like that, but
I need to get in there. That just looks fascinating.
You had already left because it was on our way home, so that's why we played it for when we did.
Yup.
The tours themselves are under $16. The tours.
Right.
Eastern State Penn, Darren, are pretty cheap.
I wonder if they...
$16,
Paranormal
$17.
investigations.
Huh?
You're talking, I'm looking. I'm like, I wonder if they allow paranormal investigations in there. And you know they do.
Yeah, but you know what it will cost, man.
Well, I didn't say it was cheap.
I could put my kid through college for 2 years on that.
Psh. That's totally doable. You could not put your kid through college for that.
No, I know, I exaggerate. Yeah, but we have video of, I don't have video of the Jenny Wade house because, like I said, there was at least 10, 12 people there, and it wasn't an investigation at all. It was a tour. But we got tons of pictures. But we have video of the orphanage, the video of Eastern State Penn. Man, looks like July of 1997 was when the bridge was, hold on, I gotta pick up my phone, I can't read that far away, rededicated. So that might be when the dam was built. We'll have to really look into this.
Yeah.
Carrie, you don't have to look it up right now, hon. I appreciate it. Keep going if you want. I'm not going to stop you, but you don't have to.
Oh, I want to get in here.
Hey, the fact she spent 5 days with me and I didn't kill her and she still likes me, that says something right there. 5 days together, some of it in the car, in the same hotel room, you know? Hey.
Well, that sucks.
Any prisoner smack your ass, Shea? What is it with my ass tonight? No.
It's a hell of an ass.
It is.
Oh, well, that's kind of a downer. Sorry, I'm looking at the Eastern State Penn website, and you can get in for an investigation, but it's saying that you're not allowed to wander around on your own. Your group must stay together and will be accompanied by a member of our guide staff.
So better than nothing.
It is, but if they're not a trained paranormal investigator, I would have to have words with them.
Well, a lot of from what I hear, I don't want to speak of Gettysburg alone, but from what I hear, I'm the same way as you, by the way. I want to do a place myself, but they always say they're quiet, they won't interact, blah, 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 blah. But
yeah, but... Well, and I guess the thing about me...
What?
I was going to say, the thing about me is if they're not, I will totally tell them.
Yeah. No, you? Never.
Yeah, no, not me.
I don't even know how we get along. We're so much alike.
Because we are so much alike.
I can't... Yeah, but that can be trouble for some people.
But we share a brain.
Yeah, because I don't have a full brain. Do you?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Which is scary because I share it with Mama Pat as well, so...
That's three of us.
We're getting smaller and smaller as we go.
I want to go on the record and say that during my Gettysburg vacation, nobody smacked or grabbed my ass. Even when I begged. You should see her face. It's priceless. She has no words.
No, for some reason I'm thinking I did smack your ass, and I'm trying to remember if I did or if I didn't.
Probably. Yeah, you girls might have. I meant, besides the group of girls. So, you know what my favorite part is I think I'm going to embarrass Kelly. And the waitress comes over the table and says, "Do you need anything?" God. And I'm like thinking, I'm going to embarrass the hell out of Kelly. I'm like, can you tell her, please, that even though we've been seeing each other for a year, I don't have to put out on the first date? Or what I say? Is it okay? No, I said, do I have to put out on the first date? Can you tell her? And I'm thinking I'm embarrassing Kelly. And Kelly's like, we've known each other for over a year on the internet. This is the first time we're meeting. Don't you think she should put out? The poor waitress's face, though.
This is back in the second bar.
Oh my God, shut up, Shea. And you went above and beyond. I'm like, oh. It's my soulmate.
This was at the second bar, and this was this poor little innocent waitress that was serving us again. And yeah.
She was serving us tight snatches, so that's
tight snatches. I'm not a huge drink connoisseur. I'm just not. So I don't know what's out there. So, and I am not a whiskey bourbon person. No, I'm not. I'm a girly girl. I like my fruity drinks. And so a lot of times I'll go into the bars, and rather than trying to figure out what it is that I want or ordering the same thing all the time, I'll just tell them, give me something fruity. And she's like, okay, something fruity. And she starts going down the list.
After
she's like, well, there's...
Poof, Shea appears in her life.
She's going down this list, and she's like, there's Sex on the Beach, there's Long Island Tea, there's this, there's that. She's like, there's a tight snatch. I'm like, oh my God, I want a tight snatch.
No, you yelled, I need a tight snatch.
So then the five of us sat there and giggled for the next 5 minutes. It was a tasty tight snatch, I have to tell you.
You should see us when the FCC is not involved. When there's no recording equipment available, we go above and beyond. But that point, I'm like, do I need to put out on the first date?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been dating for a year on the internet, and we meet in person. Don't you think I bought her drinks? Don't you think...
I bought you a drink. It's time for you to put out.
Yeah, and the witch is like, I don't know.
I point blank asked her, I'm like, because she's making the comment of, I'm not going to put out or something like that, just as the waitress is walking up. And I'm like, don't you think she should put out? We've known each other for over a year. We've been talking on the internet for a year. I finally get to meet her in person. I bought her a damn drink, and she's not going to put out. And she's just looking at me like, oh my God, I don't know how to answer this. Oh my God. And then we lost it. We cracked up.
Yeah.
So then I just had her give me another tight snatch, and everything was well.
Once you got your tight snatch, you were good.
Hey, everybody was good, because I was not the only one who then wanted a piece of that tight snatch. I'm just saying. Other people ordered theirs. It was a good time.
Katie's
it
in
was
the room.
so
We're
good.
doing sign language. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we have to stop talking about that.
Yes, Kelly's tight snatch was very good. I had a little taste of it.
It was yummy. It was so fruity and tangy.
What the hell just happened? Hold on. I mean, not when you snatch with the chat.
Mama Pat's talking about her Union soldier guy that we were hunting down.
We never found one, and I tried.
He walked back by, and you failed me. So we're sitting in the first restaurant.
I thought those Mormons were soldiers, and I was going to go ask them to hook up with Mama Pat. And Carrie's like, no, they're not soldiers. They're Mormons. Don't.
That would have been priceless.
I that true story right there. Carrie's like, no, they're Mormons.
Oh my God. We were sitting in the restaurant and this group of people go walking by and there's a guy dressed as a soldier out front. He was dressed as a soldier. It was neat to see. But at the end of the group, there was this very nice looking young man in his crisp little uniform. And it was fun. And we may or may not have talked about going and kidnapping him and taking him with us for the rest of the evening. But he got away from us because he was walking. And we were drinking. So after we got done eating, we went back outside and we were just sitting on the benches out in front of the restaurant because A, we were scared they were going to drop something on us, and B, I think they got tired of us being in there.
Well, after you were like serenading the children and getting them all in groups and conducting them, and
you should have seen Shea looking at me like I was a pedophile. Her and Carrie had gone out. I think it was you and Carrie had gone outside, or you and Nicole. I don't remember who.
Me and Carrie.
But there was a group, the baseball team that I was telling you guys about way long ago. It was a kids' baseball team. And there were kids, and they had on 2 different colored uniforms. And I had been wondering why they had 2 different colored uniforms. So they'd gone outside. Somebody else had gone to the bathroom. It was just me and somebody else. I don't remember who. And I thought, I made eye contact with the kid multiple times. I should make sure they know I wasn't creepy. So I talked to them, which obviously is creepy according to Shea. And all I did was asked about their multiple colored uniforms.
Wait a minute. For my defense, I was outside looking through the window, and you're going, like, you're conducting. You're like, you, how about you? How about you? And you're pointing like Oprah. You'll get a car. You'll get a car.
And you get a car. And you get a car.
Yeah.
And then I was clapping for them. Shea didn't know what the hell she was clapping for, but I told her through the window that she should clap for them, so she did.
I did.
She did. That's because those little guys were on 2 different teams. That's why there was 2 different colored uniforms. The littlest guy wasn't on a team yet because he was too little to be on the teams. But the younger team had won. Was it the younger? Yes, the younger team won the championship. And the older team, they didn't win, but they did well. So I learned a lot about those little guys. And they showed us their straws that they were building that stretched clear up to the ceiling. I bonded with them, damn it.
Well, they were in a very good mood for all their food that was dropped that night.
Right? This is a true story.
I was impressed. They were good kids, but I was on vacation. I was outside watching, and I thought you were conducting them to, like, sing or something.
Whatever. So anyway.
I was looking for guys for Mama Pat.
Well, we failed. You failed miserably. Because we went back outside then afterwards, and we're sitting on the benches in front of this restaurant, and Shea, being Shea, disappears. She just disappears. And the soldier guy, not my soldier guy, just goes wandering back by.
I went to pee. I didn't disappear.
Not allowed. Mama Pat wanted her soldier boy.
Sorry, Mama Pat. Mama Pat's never going to talk to me again. She handled... I made you look good in Gettysburg. Now I'm on air talking about all this stuff. She's like, I'm out. Never again. Nope. That's not my daughter. I don't like her anymore.
Well, So we're not supposed to tell people how she wanted the little soldier boy on her lap in the front seat of the car as we were all shoved in.
She was begging. Yeah, she did. Well, it's a good thing she wanted him on his lap because there was no way he was fitting in the back seat.
Well, that's why she said she volunteered her lap because the back seat was full. It was her public service.
All we had to do was barely touch the handle, and my ass fell out the car multiple times.
It really was like a can of the spring snakes. You open the door, poof. There they go.
It was. I was like, Nikki had to hold on to my arm to make sure I didn't fall out every time. How about this? Ready?
Rawr.
Me and Nicole tried to scare Kelly, but she's a psychic, so she knew he was there. Just kept walking, and Terry turns around and just very simply goes, "Rawr."
It was the stupidest thing, but it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
We kept doing it to her the whole way home. Rawr.
So the funny part of it is because they'd left the bar before me, the one in Maryland, and I saw them as I'm walking towards the door. Shea goes around the corner one way, Nicole goes around the corner the other way, and I walk out and they try to scare me, you know, and I'm just kind of like shaking my head at them, and Carrie's standing in front of me. She goes, "Rawr."
Terry, you can't see her, but she's doing the hand movement too. Yes, it was very funny.
So, yeah, we stood there and laughed about that for a while, too.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
It was.
I don't think I've laughed that long for a long time.
Dude, I gained an ab. All the laughing I did, I gained an ab. I have 5 to go, and I'll have a 6-pack. That's how much I laughed.
It was a good time. Yeah. Everything was striking us funny. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the alcohol, but everything struck us funny because
I was like that the whole time, and that was the only day I drank, and I was really almost like not quite to that extent, but and then seeing you on top of it, you know.
And to be fair, none of us had all that much to drink. I mean,
well, I did. I had 4 margaritas. That's a lot. I wasn't driving though, folks.
I was fine. I made sure I was fine because I knew I had to drive because it was my stupid rental.
I can't speak to anybody else, but I had 4 margaritas and a couple sips, a couple tastes of Kelly's Snatch.
Yep. It was yummy. Don't say you didn't enjoy it.
I did. Darren asked if it was peachy. Yes, it was.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It was peachy and pineapple-y.
This is why these shows are marked explicit, guys.
I don't know that that's a tight enough rating.
What? Say that
again? Oh, that's not what I meant.
Well, then. Now we're getting personal.
I don't know that that's a strong enough rating for this show.
There you go. Good try. Good try. Do you know how many messages I got Wednesday night and Thursday morning? What's wrong? Are you okay? Like, I'm fine. You were so quiet. I'm like, my desk was a mess. I have OCD. I was having trouble talking, and I'm like trying to behave on somebody else's show, and it was last minute, but most of the problem is I had unpacked and all my stuff was in front of my desk, and I was having an OCD moment. I'm like, I didn't want to ruin her show. I was quiet. I'm good, though.
Oh, well, and to be fair, guys, I sprung it on her, like, last minute because I had planned poorly, and I didn't have a guest scheduled for June because originally when we were on Blog Talk Radio, we were going to take the entire month of June off, so I didn't line up guests for June. And I just kind of slacked on getting a guest. So I'm like, hey, I can do this. I'll just answer questions. Well, the closer it got, the more nervous I got about it. So Wednesday, as she's getting ready to start the show for me, she had like 10 minutes waiting. And I'm like, do you just want to stay on the show with me?
Which wasn't a problem, but I didn't, like, on my, if it's my show, I can be like this. Sarcastic, funny. There's some shows I'm serious. If I'm a guest on somebody's show, I can hold my own. I'm serious. But that was like kind of middle ground. But then I'm like, all of a sudden we hit start and I'm like, oh my God, this is out of place. Oh my God, my desk, there's stuff all over it. And I'm like, and I'm tired.
Yes. She had gotten home at 4:00 that morning. So she was pretty tired.
Yes. But everything is okay. I'm relaxed. I was just happened to be tired that night. So it was all good, but yeah. Got home about 4 a.m. All right, guys. Any more questions? We're about an hour and a half in.
Goodness.
Huh?
That went by fast.
It did. I would keep going, but I would have to take a pee break again.
I do have to say that I'm very disappointed that you did not go with our original show name, though.
Oh,
I thought it was brilliant.
Tell them.
It was supposed to be Boobs, Booze, and Statelines. Yes. But no. She chickened out and went with booze, like ghost booze. Chicken.
Well, it's not so much chicken as so much as my kids are on the pages. And that's not even true. I don't care. I don't even care. I was going to say,
that. They're not going to be warped to hell if they listen to this show. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I just changed it last minute. I was close, though. I was close. My boobs really did look good in the back of that car, let me tell you. And there's a picture to prove it, but...
There is a picture to prove it.
You peeps will never see it. And I didn't even take it. Unless I piss off my sister, then you'll see it.
I was going to say, I mean, come on, that's not really your choice if it's shared. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Oh, my God, Darren. I can honestly say, I'm not even reading that on air for your benefit, but I have never done that.
I have never done that. No.
Send what, Darren? Be careful, Darren.
This is a family show, damn it.
Yeah, who are we kidding? No, it's not. Maddie comes in the show, and well, not this one. She knows better than, David knows better than to have her come in this show. But once in a while, she'll show up the skeptic and the psychic, and I'm like, am I supposed to change how I act? And I'm like, yeah, this is an explicit show. Be careful.
No kids allowed in this one. Yeah. Definitely not this.
Sounds like Meatloaf. The singer? What? Mama Pat, you lost me.
Maybe Mama Pat's drinking again.
Mama Pat said she sounds like Meatloaf. Who, me? The singer? What?
We're so confused.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. I love you. I need you.
But I won't do that.
I'm careful. I think Darren's drinking. But maybe. I won't do that. Yeah. There you go, Mama. Oh, my God. Yes. So, soon. Next time, hopefully, it's in Iowa.
The Gettysburg one? That's going to be hard.
No, us meeting.
I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do a Gettysburg trip in Iowa, honey. You need to pull out a map. I mean, I know Virginia was hard to find, but...
Yeah. No. You know. I'm looking for a sugar daddy that will, meet up once in a while, pay for all my paranormal explosions. And yes, I said that. And yes, I said that right on purpose. Oh my God, I'm kidding. You know how many emails I'm going to get?
She's not kidding. We are looking for a sugar daddy who has lots of money and low expectations of us. If you would like to apply for the job,
please call 1-800. No.
Call Mama Pat. She's going to screen it for all of us.
Good luck. Well, good luck with that.
Well, we keep telling Mama Pat to come on the show. But
Mama Pat, please come on the show because I don't want to have to. I can't say on air. But Mama Pat, I'm begging you. I need you to come on air, but I can't say why. Trust me. Love your daughter.
Don't trust her. I don't know what she's up to, but no, whatever it is, no.
Once you think about it, you'll know what I mean. Darren has a lot of sugar, but no money.
But yes, you definitely have to come to Iowa sometime. We'll show you around all the local haunts.
Yes, and I have so many invitations. I mean, a lot of my friends are out there. I've never been there, but I mean,
We're the coolest.
I see why.
True, but we're fun. We're definitely fun. I don't know about the coolest.
Laughing at us. Or Matt's laughing at Iowans, thinking, "Oh, she's going to Iowa. She's going to Iowa. Be careful, ha ha ha." He lived with me for 10 years. He's like, "Yeah, good luck."
I don't know what trouble he possibly thinks we could get in.
Oh my God! If we lived in the same town,
it would be dangerous.
So much trouble, but we would have fun. But
it would be dangerous.
It would. It would. It was like instant, like we known each other forever. Not just me and you, but even you and Nicole. And it was like the whole group known each other forever.
Yeah.
You would understand that a little bit with you and I, but everybody, it was just like, okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Just like we bunch of friends who do this all the time and just got together again. So
I've never in my life been around that many burping girls.
What?
In my whole life.
Why are you calling Carrie and Nicole out on these?
Oh, it's all Mama Pat. Oh, she's gonna kill me.
You guys have missed where I had to mute myself so I could burp. Because I'm sitting here drinking. So,
See, we need to turn Shea's Paranormal Chat into a comedy show.
We're not? Damn, I thought we were.
I think so, but the listeners, they don't understand why they come to listen for paranormal, and this is what they get.
We've talked a little bit about ghosts. Come on.
Yeah.
We talked about a couple paranormal experiences, and then we've talked about our abnormal experiences.
Hey, everybody that saw that title of the show knew what they were getting into.
This is right.
Booze,
this is true.
Booze and Statelines.
And boobs. And tight snatches. And vigilant hoses.
Yes. Yeah, but Facebook would have shut down my account again.
What was going on?
I had a comment banned last week for like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. Couldn't comment on anything. I never comment. If you guys know me, you know. I like a lot of crap, but I don't comment.
What did you do, you naughty girl?
I finally comment, yay, hello, whatever. Bunch of crap on a bunch of stuff, and I get a comment ban for 3 hours. This is why I don't comment on you guys' stuff, because Facebook sucks. Not my fault.
Facebook does suck. Mm-hmm. I haven't been banned yet. Not yet,
I haven't been to Facebook jail in almost a year. Last time I went, it was like 5 days, though.
Trying to remember the last time I got banned. I think when I typically get banned is like when I'm inviting people to the events, but they've changed the rules so you just can't invite as many people anymore, which is stupid.
Why be social on a site that's meant for social media?
Right? I mean, let's not just see everything and experience everything. No, let them decide what we want to do. Oh, wow.
Oh, thank you, Pat. Yes. If you have not yet, please like the show by clicking that little heart button, share it, subscribe to Paranormal Buzz. That way, I still have a job next week. After the show, I need all the support I can get.
I'm going to be in New Jersey next year.
For what?
For the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo. I'm going to sign up for my own booth this time instead of working in Dustin's.
Nice. You have to tell me a few months in advance, but not a year in advance.
March. It's March.
Oh,
Plan
it's
now.
some ways away.
It is a few ways away, yeah.
Darren, you got grounded on Roland and Cynthia's Raven.
What the hell did you have to do to get grounded on Roland's show?
He was hitting on me and so...
Darren.
He was being naughty towards me. Is that the right way, Darren? Help me out here.
Do I need to use my mama voice?
No. It wasn't bad. I wasn't complaining. But they put him in time. I didn't help. I was instigating. So
she is an instigator. See, she admitted it. Everything that happened this last weekend was her fault. I am an innocent person who never causes any trouble. I don't drink. I never cross state lines.
Bottle.
It's not empty. There's still a couple drinks in it. This one's empty. I knew it was going to be a long show. I grabbed two.
I'm not even reading that comment out loud because I had a half a beer. And see, this is why I got him in trouble on Raven Rose, because that comment I could twist so many ways. Mama Pat says, Kim, what's that about? Will you be able to?
I think it's about Kim's thing that you're not going to be able to go live on Facebook. That can't be right.
Hold on. Oh, in November you aren't going to be live. Oh, no more. I don't go live anyways, but really?
I do.
Fill us in.
That can't be true. I'm going to pretend that's not true.
You know how much shit I get because we don't do live investigations? Like, I have no issue if you want to go live, but don't judge me because I don't want to go live.
Now I'm researching because this is what she does.
Okay. You research.
I believe in the future communication it will be increasingly shift to private encrypted services.
Blah, blah, blah.
You know what? Blah, 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 blah.
You have to go through a network to go live. Darren,
there's a lot of words.
Face. Darren finds me funny. Kim says you have to go through a network to go live. I'm so dumb I don't even know what that means.
Well, you're a network. I have no idea. I think it's because they can't control what's done on a live video. Is what I'm gathering here.
Yeah, because they can take it down 20 seconds, 30 seconds after it's recorded, but that's it.
Over the next few weeks, there will be increasing calls for live streaming services in general and Facebook Live in particular to cease such services. This will gain traction because it's hard to argue that the public interest benefits from not doing so. I don't see anything here, at least, that says that that's for sure happening. I'll worry about it when it happens.
Yeah. I like watching other people go live. Well, some people go live. I like some people that go live.
Yeah. Yup.
All right, guys. Last chance. Any more questions? Before I get going on Shea's shit show here, I'll start
They are terrified to ask questions because God knows what we'll say next.
I know. I've only had, literally, my beer's not even gone. You should have seen me after 4 fucking margaritas, guys. So, while they're typing, I'm going to read off. Next week is a busy, busy week. Today's Friday. There's no show tomorrow. Father's Day is Sunday, so no show. So Monday, June 17th, Stephanie Hutnick's The Mind's Eye. She will have Dave Childer on. Oh my God, I can't talk. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central. Then Tuesday, Into the Pit, we'll have Jay Emery, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. No show Wednesday. Kelly has no show because my daughter's very last gymnastics recital is Wednesday. She's been in gymnastics since she was 2 years old. And
she's a big girl now.
Yes.
She's a big girl.
Then, of course, we have Thursday, REP Paranormal with Kim and Allison. They have the very special, in so many ways, Raven Rose Paranormal.
I love how you said that.
Love you, Cynthia. Love you, Roland.
We love Cynthia, and we're going to give Roland a window and a helmet.
Yes. Exactly. And
I love Roland, too.
Friday, Shea's Paranormal Chat. And as far as I know, I'm pretty sure I have a guest. Unless I really pissed him off and he doesn't show up, which could be a possibility. So we'll wait and see. As far as I know, I have a guest. And And then, of course, Saturday, Peggy Gypsy, Into the Abyss with Peggy Gypsy is back. She has the very special Jack Kenner on, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. So we have a full week, which means I have a full week.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Full busy week.
Darren says, I won't read that. Yes, I understand, Darren. I fully understand, and I'm the same way. Last night's show. I missed last night's show. Is he talking about the Raven Rose one?
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. It was a good show.
I got a message about it, but I did not watch it. I didn't see my daughter for 6 days, so I spent the night with my daughter.
There was a whole lot of biting my tongue.
Whoa.
Let me just state for the record, for anybody who listens to anything out there, I'm going to repeat once again, demons are 1 in a million. They are not around every corner. They are not waiting everywhere you go to take over your soul. They are 1 in a million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you're a demon.
Yep.
If you're an asshole in life, the chances are you're going to come back in death as an asshole.
Mm-hmm. And God knows there's a whole lot of assholes out there. So
when I die, if I come back or stay, however you want to word it, I'm going to be the OCD bitch. I'm going to be that ghost that's fixing your crooked pictures and cleaning up the crumbs on your table, and, that will be me.
Yep. And I'm going to be the one just doing weird things like walking through walls or sinking through the floor because I can.
Oh, don't even get me going. That's how I learned how to lucid dream, We really got to go. We've been on almost 2 hours, but that's how I taught myself how to lucid dream, because when I was about 6 or 7, I had this nightmare that I walked into my house and the floor would fall through and I would die. And it took me about 3 years to get through the front door to that one room. Like, for 6-7 months, I would wake up screaming every night, crying, I'm dead. But after a while, I taught myself, 1 step, I'm alive, 2 step, I'm alive. And then over the years, it's escalated too. I can now rewind my dreams. I can change colors in my dreams. I can change words in my dreams. Pretty interesting. Awesome. I had a dream. Darren, yeah. Be very careful, Darren. I might read it on air.
Yeah, that could go horribly wrong.
All right. Kelly, you got anything coming up lately? I mean, soon? Not lately.
I knew what you meant. I was with you. My next thing that I have coming up is actually, it's an investigation. It's a summer solstice paranormal event that's going to be held at the Cambry House. And the Cambry House is in Nauvoo, something like that.
Nauvoo, Papu.
Solstice.
Kiki, come lay down. Kiki, come on.
I'm trying to pull it up to see. I don't think it's probably going to tell me how to say it, but it's in Nauvoo, Illinois, Nauvoo, Illinois. And I actually went out to this location back in March, it was, to check it out for the first time. The owners got in touch with me, and it is a very neat, historic building that they will be doing an event. There'll be a couple speakers. It's myself and one other guy will be doing a presentation, I know for sure. I'm not sure if there's more than just the two of us. But it'll include then investigations of the location. So I'm super excited about this, guys. I can't wait to get out there and find out more about this location. I know some of the spirits just from my first walkthrough. But yeah, to actually get to investigate, I'm excited. So if you guys are anywhere in the area, it's just not too far across the border into Illinois. Kind of in the Burlington, Burlington, Keokuk, that sort of area, somewhere in there. it's not too far. Anybody here around us can get to it really easy. So there's links for that on my page, so go and check it out. But that's my next event that I have coming up.
Nice.
And then, of course, we have just over a month, and we have the Cedar Rapids Psychic and Paranormal Expo coming up. So, yay, I'm excited.
Is that the one you were trying to decide if it was going to be more paranormal than metaphysical?
No.
I saw a post. You posted something about trying to decide.
Oh, no. I forgot about that. July 13th, I think is the date. I have the Mason House Inn reserved down in southern Iowa. It's that old steamboat bed and breakfast.
Oh.
That I was seeing if we wanted to do an intuitive retreat or a ghost hunt. And I think I'm leaning towards a ghost hunt. But yeah, that's July 13th. So I'll be getting something out on that like super, super soon.
Well, make sure you tag me in your schedule and I'll share it so everybody knows.
Sweet. Yeah, I got to put my new schedule out because I think the last one we're at the end of it. So
yes.
Yep.
Pretty close. I know I've been lacking anybody that follows my personal page. Everybody thinks I'm out on Facebook a lot. My main place I share things is the Shea's Paranormal Chat. I've been really slacking. I took the whole week off. I started sharing again today.
Slacker.
I deserved it, though. I
Yes,
needed it. Which leads me into my very special thanks. My very special thanks to Matt, who has been covering for me. I make jokes all the time about him and I and stuff like that, but he fielded the emails and the page manager messages even more than normal for me. Made it very clear to certain people that to leave me alone. I was on vacation. So I appreciate that. And took over Twitter for me, which is why I love him, because I hate twatter. So I do appreciate all the help. He says he helps as much as I let him, which anybody that knows me knows I have no problem with OCD or being anal retentive or anything like that. So Kelly's so busy typing she wasn't even listening, or else she would have been laughing.
I was not listening. I'm sorry. I'm focusing.
The story of my life.
I'm sorry. You know I love you more than my luggage.
That's saying a lot.
I know, right?
All right, guys. We've been on almost 2 hours. It's probably the longest show we've done in a long time.
Mama Pat was a huge help, and she put together a list of people who was in chat for us, so I didn't have to go back and do it, because Mama Pat loves me.
Thank you,
I
Mama
know,
Pat.
right?
I love Mama Pat.
She's kind of awesome.
I had so much fun. I'm so glad I got to meet her, too.
So big shout out to Kim, me, Darren, Matt, Cynthia, Pat, Shea, Carrie, Mary, Wolf, and let's see if that cut off or if there was more people. It's probably everybody because she's pretty thorough. But if we missed anybody, don't take offense to it. Cynthia, of course. You guys are awesome. There was a ton of chat. I know the show was crazy, but it didn't even begin to compare to our weekend.
No. Maybe sometime we'll get into the investigation side of things.
What? Yeah.
She said, and to the 248 people who popped in. I don't know what that means.
All the people who popped in to listen that didn't comment.
Oh. Yes. There's always people that are not in chat that just listen in the background or listen to the replays. And we appreciate them just as much, because anybody that can tolerate me for an hour, 2 hours, I think you're blessed. You've been touched by God. If you can tolerate me that long, amen.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. All right, guys. So next show will be Monday. I've been working my ass off. I'm taking the weekend off. I'm hoping to get some sleep, hang out with my daughter, who just brought me dinner.
Aw, my son's out getting me supper right now too. Yeah. We have good kids.
Me too. Mine was a surprise. She's like sign language. I brought you dinner, and she's like showing me like burger, like pointing.
Aww.
At least I hope that's what she said. I could have totally misunderstood, but I think that's what she said. So, all right, guys. I think we'll see them next Friday.
Yeah. Yep, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening, and for all things Paranormal Buzz Radio related, check out our website at paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.